Hello mates, I hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my personal take on what you should do when it comes to picking out a tattoo and just how much you should let this idea that tattoos should be meaningful affect your choices. So first of all, I think a really important question to ask and answer right at the start of this video is, do tattoos need to be meaningful? No, tattoos do not need to be super meaningful. I mean, they can be, don't get me wrong, you're literally putting something on your body for the rest of your life, so for sure it is okay for that thing to have some meaning, but also it's absolutely fine for a tattoo to not have meaning and to just look really cool. If you were to ask me what's more important in a tattoo, for it to be either super meaningful or that it looks really good and it is a striking image on your skin, I'm going to say it looking good and striking is the more important thing. I think sometimes people can fall into this trap, and as I said before, they start thinking, well, this image is going to be on me for the rest of my life, so it has to be like the most meaningful thing in the world. And things like tattoo reality shows, for example, like Ink Master, LA Ink and whatever else, they always seem to really perpetuate this idea in the interactions that they show between the artists and their clients, and in my opinion at least, it doesn't need to be the case at all. So, what should a meaningful tattoo look like? Because this is where I think things can fall apart and go off the rails for people a little bit. Any tattoo design can have meaning, right? Tattoos are like a really personal thing, so one tattoo design on 1,000 different people can mean 1,000 different things. Let's take a butterfly tattoo, for example. This can represent many different things, it can represent change, for example, to one person, and yet it can represent beauty to another person. But, and this is the key point here, it also just makes for a really beautiful image that makes for a killer tattoo. I think the trap I always see people falling into when it comes to trying to come up with like a meaningful tattoo design is they tend to just really over-egg the pudding, trying to make the tattoo as meaningful as possible. For example, say a person wants to get a tattoo as like a tribute to their mum, okay? I'm using this as an example because I actually have one of these tattoos. I have this classic red heart with some flowers around it that just says mum in a banner. Now, this design is as absolutely cliche as you like, though I prefer to say it's a classic, not a cliche. I intentionally have gone for like a really simple design though that I know is going to age well. What I could have done though is get, for example, a portrait of her face and then her favourite flowers below that, and then she's always loved like this certain car, so I'm going to put this behind it, and then she always plays this song when we're in the car together, so I'm going to add that in, and then we've got to get her birthday too in, that's really important too, right? But then what have we got? Let's be honest, what we have at that point is a jumble and a mess of contrasting and conflicting ideas that don't really work together as one piece of art. They're all lovely ideas, but it's too many things in one tattoo, and it doesn't lend itself to being a great standalone piece of art. Maybe I could get all of those things spread out across a sleeve and that would make sense, but it's way too many ideas to fit into one tattoo because I'm prioritizing making sure the tattoo is going to be as meaningful as possible, because that's what I think I'm supposed to do, and what I should be doing instead is prioritizing what makes a great tattoo that's going to look good for the rest of my life, Does that make sense? Now, that was a pretty extreme example, but it's something that I see people doing all the bloody time. It's just throwing out all these ideas that don't really translate to a great tattoo because they think their tattoo just has to be really meaningful. They think that is the most important thing. But as I said earlier, really the tattoo looking good and striking should be the most important thing. Tattoos are allowed to just be like these really cool images on your skin. They don't need to be anything more than that. But if you do want to get a meaningful tattoo, try to remember that the end goal is to just come up with an idea that works as a tattoo, not a mer tattoo that, whilst being based on like a really nice sentiment or whatever, has a lot of meaning, is still a mer tattoo. And always keep in mind, the best person to consult with on tattoo designs are your tattoo artist. If they say to you that something is not going to work as a tattoo, no matter how lovely the sentiment behind the idea might be, you should listen to your artist because they're the experts. And that is it. That is my take on picking out a meaningful tattoo. Do you agree or disagree with my takes here? Feel free to let me know in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, give it a like and hit the subscribe button and all of that other YouTube bollocks. If you like the music that you're hearing in the background, well, it was actually all produced by me. I have another channel where I post beats/instrumentals that I've written for singers to use to write songs to. So if that is something that you are interested in, I'll put a link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.